I'm Myra.
And I'm Donika.
And this is Black Women Healing Podcast.
And on this podcast, you can join us every Monday where we have raw, relatable conversations about mental wellness.
And we push you to do the work.
Let's heal.
This is Black Women Healing Podcast.
Hey y'all, we are back with another episode of Black Women Healing Podcast. And today, are we going to skip our scenario / code? You want to jump into the episode? Let's go ahead and do that. So recently, Donika and I, we seem to be, musical / play buddies. She's always down to go to stuff like that. And The Wiz is on tour right now. And so we wanted to have a short little episode to talk about the powerful impact of The Wiz, the musical / play, whatever you want to call it. It was absolutely amazing, but we walked away from it realizing that it had a really deep message that we hadn't realized at first. So where do we even start? Where do we start?
I mean, I kind of just want to start with there was this black guy that was sitting next to us, and it was just immediately when it started, it was this culture, black vernacular piece already going on. I think that, what was it? The lady had said, "Oh, who you talking to?" Okay, so Dorothy had kind of, she was like, I'm mad. I don't know. She was speaking, and you know how black families, you can't talk to your elders, especially parents, any kind of way. I was not even your parents, any elder really.
Yeah.
And so she was like, "Who you talking to?" And the audience was kind of quiet. It was a mixed audience, so they didn't kind of get
dying laughing.
Yeah, they didn't get the reference yet. But us, our three and probably the black people in the crowd, we're all
yes.
just immediately how they spin the Wiz to be more present day black culture. And so I would say that's the first piece. Starting off the gate, it was just familiar, comfortable, just warm, just watching it. Yeah.
And even if you get into the setting of it, so when they're off to see the wizard, the city is made out of hair picks that have the fist. If you have a hair pick, the black ones, you know how they have that fist on them, right? And so even that, I was in awe because I'm really into set design. So that was something that really stood out to me. But I want to dive into these characters. I'm enough talking about the setting. I want to talk about these characters because what do the characters represent? So you got the lion is courage.
The lion's courage. The scarecrow is...
He needs a heart?
The scarecrow... No. Wait, is it? Oh, snap.
Yeah, he needs a heart. The scarecrow needs a heart, right?
No, he needs a brain.
A brain.
And then the Iron Man needs a heart.
Yes, the Tin Man needs a heart. Okay, so it's courage, a heart, and brain. All things that come together. And what does Dorothy need?
Dorothy needs to go home.
But to get home, you have to believe in yourself, and you have to acquire, or you don't have to acquire, you have to use your brain, use your heart, and use courage to get home. Because at the end of the musical, ultimately she realizes she's not really looking for anything that she needs because everything she needs is within her. But they all, the Tin Man, the Lion, and the Scarecrow, they all go off and do their own thing. But Dorothy needed them all along because those are actually the things that she needed within herself, but we needed to physically see it to realize that. Which I didn't watch The Wiz and The Wizard of Oz a million times, and I thought it was just a bunch of characters going down a yellow brick road having fun. I literally did not make this connection. So to make this connection as an adult, it was I had an aha moment of, again, and I've always said this to myself, everything you need is within you. But to actually see it in that capacity was wow, yeah, that's true.
I agree. I think that growing up, I do feel the movie, okay, yeah, she clicked her heels 3 times and she was at home, and at the end, none of it mattered. The Wiz, all that stuff didn't matter. She didn't need any of those things to get back home. But as an adult, it hit different. You know, it was just oh my goodness. I literally referenced it earlier to my aunt where I was just she was how's your new job? I'm you know what? It's actually pretty nice. It's easy because I have so many skills that I've acquired over the last several years of my life that I didn't understand that was setting me up for this.
Now you can ease on down the road. Literally. That's literally how it works.
I'm so good. But yes, I'm easing y'all. Literally easing on the road because everything that I needed it is in me right now. And it's because of the experiences that I have been through. And so like, I think as an adult, it just hits different, which is so wild. Like, and Myra, while we was there, literally in the intermission, Myra was like, everything is making sense. And I'm like, oh my
especially with the witches, because it was so many different types of witches, and I feel like it was layers. So the bad witches are your negative thoughts, and the good witches are to reinforce like affirmations to yourself, but they presented themselves in so many different ways. And I was like, I don't really understand what the whiz role really was. It kind of felt like it was thinking that you need a certain something to get you somewhere, which was ultimately the whiz was supposed to get her home. But then realizing, like, again, everything you need is within you. You don't have to, you don't have to seek out validation.
Also, she helped him. She helped everybody along the way. Like, you know what I'm talking about? By killing the witch.
Yes.
The wicked witch of the East. Or West. Yes. She saved him and his whole community as well. Yeah. So it's like, even through it, like, she was helping everybody, you know, like, with everything that was already within her, you know.
Y'all, if you can go see it, please go see it. We'll talk more about it all across our Instagram, because clearly it's a theme that keeps coming up. But please check it out if you can. And that's it for this week's episode. We just wanted to take a deep dive into The Wiz.